full damage source right now for EDG as we get later on to the game.
Early gangplank picks do risk this sort of answer. EDG, they flex the Xante to that mid lane. Fiora can have huge kill pressure versus their gangplank in topside. So now it is not just about these hyperscaling AD carries. There are carries elsewhere on the map which can take over in a split push sense and in a team fight sense. We're going to go back.
Reset. They are still kind of pushing them in, yeah. A bit of a scared Yumi too, as Fofo and JJ starting to move themselves in. There's a Glacial Prison coming down onto Wink though. They're going to drop down the ultimate to try and catch out Uzi. There's going to be the final chapter to see if they can just disengage a little bit. Fofo taking out the Annie and almost, yes, getting a flash over and getting the first blood. That is 11, nearly 12 minutes before we got it.
This ends up being a significant loss as opposed to like a head in hands, what did we just do moment. He's alone, but uses that first item well enough. He's going to get himself that first turret. They do end up blowing that teleport towards a little bit awkward, but however, Fofo being the mid laner, he can just shove them.
No one really fully committing right now, and with Dragon up and you've lost that Glacial Fish, that's a pretty big pick tool no longer available to EDG.
And again, IG very happy to sit here and say, okay, we still have the Cannon Barrage, we can play around that, and now they commit to the fight.
Here we go, the Moonlight Vigil is decent. A flash away as the lightning crash comes down. They're going to try to jump everything onto Uzi, who's kiting this fight out very well. Still has flash. Maybe he wants to try and go for this. There is the Cannon Barrage that you mentioned. There's so many low health bars right now, and they found their man. The President has been taken out, and his cat as well. There's going to be Fofo trying to turn this back in a fight as Ala finds himself a kill onto the Zeri. Gets himself a little bit of a healing from the Grand Challenge. Now Beishong coming in. So low, but keeps himself alive. Nicely done there by IG. It ends up being a
quite preseason patch. Collector now has 18 lethality on it, huge amounts of stats. He's going to be a threat in his own right, and now they're taking the mid lane out of turret.
And they're taking mid lane, surely. Yes, they got laser eye surgery. That's just how it is.
They actually just got laser eyes. They just fire lasers now.
They're Cyclops from the X.
To keep mentioning, 3 melees on the top side for EDG. Great the early game. Wen has himself the cleanse.
He has the cleanse and the flash, and they're going to try and fully commit onto this one here, but it's a 4v3. There's JJ flashing over the wall. Fofo in a little bit of trouble as well. They've got Uzi and Mako trying to come in off the back side of this one here, but there's damage already being put down. The lightning crash from On that forces JJ away. You can see them maybe going over the wall. Whoa! On looking to try and put down some work, but he's got a little bit too far forward, and Uzi says, "You cannot step to me." That's going to be a kill going over there. And everyone from IG just had to scamper away.
That is just such a certified Uzi moment. I'm sure we'll see a couple of them in the games to come, but Uzi, I was thinking, he's surely got to flash away. The teleport might come in.
It's a fine line to tread.
That it is. Throwing out the Marco, looking for another engagement.
It. Yeah, they're going to look for it. They're going to go top down the Timbers as well. They're going to see if they can get a good barrel on, but Uzi will not be caught out just yet. They do catch out one, so it's the Cassante for none. And
he's now going to get teleported on into the sideline. Has flash again, has barrels, of course.
He does have barrels, but it wasn't caught out just there. They're going to drop down the Cannon Barrage, putting a fair bit of damage here on the JJ. Should go down with the Grand Challenge. Flash for flash, but a shutdown goes over to Ala. TPing in to make sure he gets that kill. And that
now they're finally going to take it 29 minutes into the game. It has been a slow burner here, folks. I think EDG, they found some issues with
11 CS per minute. Already kind of keeping himself nice and healthy as JJ does have to get himself away from this, but I don't think he can. It's going to be very difficult, and yeah, burnt down, but ooh, that's a lot of damage from the Infernum Moonlight Vigil. Do they want to try and risk this going back in on top of this one again? Uzi has knockoff flash, but he's got all the other combat summoners that are Yumi and him grant to him. Fofo and Ala moving forward here, trying to just be as bit of a nuisance as they possibly can. Wynn doesn't have flash. Yeah, just hasn't got the flash, and the damage is not really there to try and turn this one back. Beishong not going to get away from this one just yet. They're going to try and jump in on top of Ala. Wink goes in to try and see if he can stop Uzi, but he's just too big. He's got too much damage, and IG, they're falling apart right now. They just can't stand up to this tidal wave of damage that is available for the side of EDG. Nice little helter-skelter over the wall. Beishong getting chased down. Uzi wants the kill, but it will be going over to the side of EDG. Beishong almost getting himself out, and Uzi's feeling confident on the side of IG, and now with the Baron taken, it's gone to a 3,000 gold lead. IG just can't really find themselves an opportunity. They need to kill the Aphelios. That's the thing. It has to be Uzi, and if it's not, then it's just not good enough. Here we go. They're going to throw in a Q, but they're not careful. They need to clear one and the other.
Exactly. EDG, they are playing towards this side lane win condition now, and you can tell IG are getting a little desperate, and now they don't have the Cannon Barrage. What can they do? They're losing on both lanes.
They're losing on both lanes. We're going to see 2 towers go down. They're going to finally look to try and see if they can get a fight. Fofo using that Gargoyle Stonepipe to keep himself healthy. Uzi comes in, and Uzi spreads out the damage. They're trying to see if On can get on top of him. He flashes away, and finally gets taken out. But is it all for naught? Because Beishong is only one left alive, and he's being chased down by a cat on a mission. The solo bolo, you could almost call it, from Mako on the cat. And that's going to be game number 1 going over to EDG.
That's about as close to a Yuumi solo kill you will see in professional play. Is he a cat? Is he a tiger? Predator on that one. Takes down that kill, takes down the Nexus.
And again, it took a while. It was definitely not a quick, dominating win here from EDG, but once the gears started to shift, once Uzi started to get a couple of... I love the Blitzcrank though, because it really does kind of take away the front line from the Felios if you can land that all-important hook. It's all it takes. One hook is all it takes to change the dynamic of a fight, take out this Aphelios. And again, yes, you do have the Aatrox who will be able to have an impact as such. You know, when we always talk about damage compositions, we don't, you know, always easy kind of push here with the 3 Qs. Beishong recognizing there is no flash. There is a Hex Flash here, though. One hook is all that's going to be really needed. Mako trying to see if he can sacrifice himself, and he will. Flash forward there from Beishong means that he secures the kill with a bonk on the head, and everyone's going to be there.
And top laners just never sent the invitation. It's like, guys, there's a party going on?
There is a bit of a party going on, and there's a bit of a solo bolo. It will be traded back 1 for 1. Flash for flash, both TP, actually only TP available for Machine, you're missing.
Did you
hang on now.
It
just, again, my brain just lagged for half a second, that's why. Welcome down, it's going to be difficult to go for there. On does have flash, but gonna have to probably use it now in the next second or two. They do have red and white, let's gonna fight. Flash on Wink, not going to be utilized just yet. They're still pushing himself forward. He knows he's dead to right, so he's not going to use off that summoner. Now, Ala looking for a little bit of a trade here in the top side. Wen knows he's dead, so he's just pulling down the cannon barrage to make sure he clears off the minion wave and doesn't lose anything else off the turret. And Ala pays him back in kind off to the side. They do have a silence now available for Wink. This is a little bit aggressive here from the IG. Mid and jungle, and now they're going to get caught out. They're going to see if they can catch out this Annie, who does flash away, drops down the Tibbers, and as I say that, Fofo already taken out, doesn't get to go all out because he was CC'd up. JJ seeing if he can maybe be a bit of a nuisance. Flash in, and again it's Mako who has to pay for Uzi, who flashes away. They're going to have to grab at him to try and slow this one down. There's no flash.
Exchange.
It is just something's got to be traded back here, as we do have Wen looking to see if he can trade a little bit more aggressively here, but the Infernal Chains knocks him all the way back. So now, going into the demonic state here, Ala looking to see if he can maybe take him out underneath the tower. Does have the flash. Does he have enough? Yes, he does. Does he get away? He will be able to tank up these minions, and there's nobody around. Take too lightly, but plenty of plates now going over to the side of IG.
That's the hook, but it's unstoppable. The knockback's ready.
The knockback is ready, and Wink is dead. Mako gets some revenge. There's the Glacial Fissure coming out, and Uzi coming in. Not the greatest of guns, but he does not care. Cyclone from Beishong to try and disengage. On goes up and lets the feathers fly. Great flash from On, though, to catch everybody out with the feathers. But they've got the red and white, and they want to fight. There's going to be the all-out to bring Beishong away from this fight, but now Uzi gets caught out by the Anti-Tibbers. On picks up the Braum, and that's going to be a 2-for-1 trade in that bot side. Now Wen, seeing if he can survive in this top lane. It's action all over the map right now, as Wen in a bit of a tizzy, but he will be able to trade back 1-for-1. Not a bad trade here for IG. There's fights all around the map, Nymera.
Though, great ultimate. Ooh. Stays out of that Q range from Braum. Dodges that one, and that, I guess Wen's just dead
We
again.
ain't got time. Wen's dead. When is he dead? He's right now dead, and that's just going to be the way this one goes. Ala 5-1 on this Aatrox. He is
top lane is like 369 or Bin or Shanji.
Stop it! Stop it! You haven't got time for analysis. You've only got time for fights. As we're going to see them now actually surviving for the moment. They finally take down Wink, but it's taken a little bit too long. Flash in, Tibbers, and On can clean up as well. You got Beishong looking to try and see if he can maybe get across this one here. They got to know he's coming. They want to try and make it work. Wen and Crying trying to corral themselves in, moving in. There's a Cyclone right on top of Uzi. Cyclone number 2 is good, and Crying picks up the kill. This is IG fighting with tooth and nail with EDG. It's scrappy, it's sloppy, but my God, is it entertaining.
IG's tears don't fall, they crash. Might be in difficulties on that side lane, but here comes Ala.
Oh, no cleanse onto On, means he's going to have to flash away. He does have the feathers to try and bring them back whenever he so chooses. There's the Gangplank dead. Not quite able to bring those feathers back just yet.
Harold getting down that mid lane out of turret would be very helpful for them to stop IG sitting back and trying to look for these hooks. The tower does go down, going to go towards the dragon themselves, and I think I don't know if IG
they feel strong enough. They gotta try something. Getting them on the soul point would be huge. Here we go. Wink looking for a hook. I don't know if he wanted that. Never mind. They're gonna turn straight onto Ala and take him out. Your most fed member is now dead. Beishrong gonna go in with the Cyclone as the feathers already went down.
A bit more ability to enter into the river in these larger choke points in the river, but IG, they go too quickly.
They go too quickly, and it's going to be Wink getting caught out. Great ultimate there onto Wen, forces out his orange to see if he'll BK. Gets a flash out of him as well. They're throwing back damage here on top of the Aatrox. The Aatrox is dead. There's a massive Inferno, though, from Uzi, who's able to get so much work done completely untouched. And that means the rest of IG have to back themselves away. They get themselves the dragon out. There's nothing you can really do. Now Ala jumping onto On here, who lets the feathers fly, but the Infernal Chains will still bring you back. He flashes, gets the feathers down as they look to try and burst out the Ala Aatrox. He is now 6-4, starting to catch up and win.
Importantly so, and Uzi has his summoners. He has Gale Force. He has himself some good weapons to get into the brawl as well. Cryin, he is the person to watch.
Yeah, looking at him straight in. Wen going to have to get cleansed in. Mako goes down. The Cyclone straight onto Uzi, who's trying to see if he can take out Beishrong. There's a good ultimate there to try and pepper down
the rifle turrets. Great DPS and great range. He can hold himself at a choke point.
It's
EDG,
risky.
they have the ability to tank this. What ultimates have IG got to play with, though?
Not a lot, and they're going to see the engage coming straight in. Wink will die. Uzi tanking up a little bit, not exactly an ideal target. He's already down to half HP just because of the Baron. Now you're going to see test this, and we're still here, Nymera.
They can tank this for forever. They have 3 tanks in the top side and in their support as well. They're continually bringing IG to the Baron.
Here we go, Crying's still around. They're going to get the Baron secured here for the EDG. There's going to be the Cannon Barrage to try and stop them from getting on top of this, but there's a massive amount of damage, and they're going to turn it straight back onto Uzi. Run for your lives, EDG. You've tanked too much, and now
and this mid lane outer turret should be going down for IG. Objective bounties were on the table because of
even a Morello Nomicon for Crying is going to be huge to try and stop all this internal healing that has been available. There's a good hook right onto Ala, and he's going to get taken out straight away before this fight can really go in. On top of this one, the Uzi does flash away. Now it's a double kill coming in for Wen. Can they kill off this Cassante with that kill for? Oh my god, that damage was huge. And now Uzi can move forward, has the cleanse, but unfortunately gets taken out right at the end. It ends up being a 4-for-3 trade as IG, Wink, and Wen.
The thing which really keeps that crazy is the fact that Wen has enough DPS and the collector comes through. We're fighting again!
You said crazy, and this match is crazy. We're 30 minutes into the game, and we have ourselves nearly 40 kills as we're going to go in and fight a little bit more. Fofo still an Everfrost and a QSS, so that is a Blitzcrank that is looking. That is a battle Blitzcrank if I've ever seen one. He is looking to catch somebody out and make sure he stays alive. We are going to see Fofo moving forward, and again, he's the tank. And he's getting hit by those barrels. JJ getting caught out here, but he's still very, very tanky, down to about half HP. The Cannon Barrage is using to tickle down Fofo's health bar, but not taking him too low. This is good from the side of EDG to keep themselves there. IG now have control, though, of that mid lane. Wink misses that first little Q. They're going to see a knockback here. The feathers come flying down. They're going to get the knock up, though. Massive damage coming out here from Uzi right on top of Wink. But look at these health bars. It's going to be on Uzi to try and take them all out. Beishrong does take up a kill onto the Aatrox, and there we go. It's going to be onto the AD carries. It's Uzi versus the world. Where have we seen this one before? Infernum there as he goes 1v3. This is all on Uzi to make sure he can go for it, but they know, look at the health there. Even gets himself a turret. Oh, you cheeky little man. And that might mean the Baron, though, because he has no way to defend it.
All right, hands up who's missed Uzi. I mean, IG missed Uzi with a couple.
White there off of the Infernum, so you're going to see the Honey Fruit doing work here to make sure they get themselves totted up. Here we go, fully in, going to try and kill out on the Mako, who's taken very low and finally taken out. Ala has gone into the Ascension, and to see if he can maybe take somebody out on the backside of this. We'll get Wink, but we'll trade back his life. Fofo too low, and Uzi flashes away after the cleanse. Will he have enough to be able to survive? He will not, and Uzi is dead and buried. This is going to be the Elder Dragon, and I don't know if IG can win off of this, because the lanes, they're just not in the position. This just delays the game even further.
Mountain Solar is down, and now IG, with this many members, you can see JJ is throwing his ult for wave clip, but the Baron up creeps are not letting him do it for free.
He's not letting him do it. He's just trying to cut off the wave and keep himself alive. Beishrong chasing him back, but knows he doesn't have to kill him to end the game. Uzi back in 13 seconds. Ala back in 10. Have IG done enough to extend this series?
I don't know. Ala's up in 4, and he has stopwatch, flash, and ult. This is going to be a close run thing.
Here we go. We're going to go in. Here's Ala. Here's Uzi. Mako goes down. It's still got themselves crying to try and jump on top over here. He immediately drops down the Tibbers to keep Uzi at bay. The Sejuani has died. Ala will go down to the Elder very, very shortly. Finally does end up dropping. Finally, they get the Cyclone down onto Uzi, who's trying to just defend himself. Beishong goes down. Eventually, Wen finds him with the flash Q, and that's a triple kill for the rookie top laner of IG, and this series shall go on.
The Axiom ult gives Wen another ult on the Nexus. This LDL top laner locks in Gangplank into Ala and EDG 2 games in a row and has 2 pretty awesome games back.
But without having to use her repel to get on top of her target, that's kind of the power that she gains. But that is all locked and loaded here now, and I will say the Elite is a definite kind of curveball into this particular one. Will be interesting to see how aggressive JJ wants to be into a very squishy Kindred.
Yeah, the repel also very important versus the hook. That's going to be incredibly important to look towards. Wen is not going towards carry.
Available to him. Still feeling confident to move forward onto this though as Beishong trying to jump onto Uzi. Flashes in. I don't know if that was the best call whatsoever. He's going to flash in on top of him, try and take down the Uzi carry, but it's going to be the Elise coming down. JJ picks up a double, and this is what I was talking about. When you go
Maybe the Kindred can get the extra kill onto that bot lane. Sadly not to be the case, and now JJ going to run into him. This is going to be a bursty trade.
This is going to be a very bursty trade, but you can see there, the Crying coming in here with the ultimate jump straight down onto JJ, who's trying to trade him back the all-out from Fofo as Beishong trying to run away. The junglers get traded, but I don't think Fofo's got a way out of this one here. He's going to try and trade it back as quick as he can, but he is being corralled, he is being pushed in, and almost certainly taken out. Just get a nice double knock up here, but he is going to be taken down by Cryan, who's now got himself 2 kills of his own. So 3-2 now in favor of EDG, and continue the pressure in this bot side. Get this Uzi illusion going.
Well, despite the 2 kills on Cryan, let's talk about the leads on EDG as well. 2 kills on JJ, who we asked to step up this series. EDG, a lot of their successes in Spring were from JJ, a full turret down to Uzi and Mako. This is disgusting.
Yeah, like, I mean, you have
absolute ice cold blood in his veins. Gets himself another turret, and this is bot side demolition from EDG.
Not so much of a full plate of anything. They're going to have a TP coming on the backside of this one here. That's going to be the Kasante. Dragon secured. Beishong trying to see if he can maybe be a bit more of a nuisance here. Goes all out and just trying to protect on, but I don't know if you're going to be able to protect on. He's going to get dashed over the wall once Fofo and Mako over here. Yeah, on. You should have maybe gone back a little bit sooner. Dragon does go over to the side of IG, but they will trade back 2 kills because of it.
There we go. So, IG, I think they just kind of missed the memo that if you have lost 2 bot side turrets, EDG can just run back through your bot side jungle.
Go for it. There's going to be EDG going in. The flash has to be used as Way just Tokyo drifts himself out. There's going to be the grabbing him down on the JJ, who goes straight back up. We've all seen and loved for the last while. It's going to be a hook. It does land straight in onto Uzi. He does lose his flash and the Milio ultimate as well. Ala tanking up in the front line as he is just a frig.
It's movie magic. We'll leave it at that. But I mean, you can see here that he's just dead.
Oh, is he? Yes, he is. Mako picked up that kill there with the Milio, and they're going straight onto On. No way in hell that he can flash away from that engage.
Might steal play, but it's so difficult to get into the pit with Ala playing blocker.
It is. Ala just kind of moving forward here. Crying though. See if he can maybe catch up on out. Remember, they have reduced magic resistance. It doesn't matter. I don't know why I hyped it up there for a second. He is just dead to rights. Ala flashing in. They're going to make sure that Beishong has no way in hell that he can go for this fight whatsoever. He's going to flash. He's going to pop down the Lamb's Respite, which means that Ala gets to stay alive as well. He heals up just a little bit and finally gets taken down. In the zombie form, going to throw in a couple of auto attacks, maybe get a grasp. Rage Blade onto Beishong. Something we generally don't see on the Kindred, but is still going to be
everyone. When you're 0-3, this is what happens. Some of these tanks become unkillable until later into the game. Hook lands.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's going to be able to get anything else. The Spider gets himself a little bit more than he can chew, and that's going to be a kill. The turret plate, they're going to try and jump straight back in on top of this. Beishong does not even have his ultimate to use. The Crying goes golden, On goes down. And EDG going in for the win. They're going to be able to take down everybody on the side of IG except for Crying. 2-1-0 and an incredible game 2, but this one is just not able to do it. Even the TP from Fofo just to make sure that this Nexus turret stays alive for long enough. They're even going to keep the Demolish for this second turret as well. That's going to be the game, the series, and EDG with Uzi will start off their campaign with their new AD carry with a series win.
It's actually going to be a bit of a fight on the Nexus. Minions will help the deal, though. EDG They lose a game, but they do not lose the war. Uzi's return ends in a victory in the series.
Good start here for EDG. Again, always good to see Uzi come back, and they did not disappoint. Good smiles coming out here from EDG as well, especially from Uzi, recognizing.